Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Joan Hayes. Today I'm working on a little forest piece, working with Hooker's Green Light, Sap Green, Phthalo Yellow Green, and Olive Green. In the background, I'm working with a Gray on Gray by Holbein. I start out my piece, as I always do, wetting the back of the paper and the front. I did a light wash in the background of wet on wet with the sky, kept it very simple, concentrating on the forest area in this tutorial to show you how I work wet on wet and slowly bring in drier strokes to achieve the forest. This piece, it's not a typical subject matter that I work on, and that's part of this exercise, is doing something a little bit different, not always doing the comfort area of painting. I paint a lot of seascapes, marshways, and so on, and that's my comfort area, so I thought I'd try something a little bit different. I did introduce a little bit of Payne's Gray into this piece too, and some burnt sienna, but primarily it's just those greens. It was a bit of a challenge for me, trying to keep it loose yet define the trees. Always trying to keep in mind my light source as well. So it was a good piece to do for me. I needed something a little different to challenge myself. And it's always good to do that anyway. So I come in, with my initial wet on wet, and then I start with my strokes a little drier each stage I go into, but also being cognizant of the fact that this is a wet on wet piece, so I don't want it too detailed. Now I'm working with the burnt sienna, just trying to get that shadow line, trying to come up with where my light source is. It's always important, and that helps to ground the piece. Trying not to be too uniform with my strokes as well. It is a forest, it's a natural space, so nothing is too uniform in nature. I come up with some vertical strokes in the, I guess it's a little road, and I'll fan that out a little bit, but that's my base shadow line, and that helps to really place the piece in where the light source is. And I think that helped tremendously with the direction of where my source of light was coming from. It's a fun piece to do. I'm probably going to try it again, a little different format at a later date, just because it was a good exercise. And that's always great for people to do something out of their comfort zone. So then I come in with my final strokes here at the end, just basically to, make sure the piece is flowing all the way around. That may sound strange, but, I don't want it to have one area that's more finished than the other, so I'm trying to keep that in mind with where I'm painting at this point. I bring in some loose phthalo yellow light at the end just to do what I said, and that is to make it a little more uniform. I did come in with some light yellow just to show a little bit of highlight, but really I kept the piece as loose as I could. And again, the whole point in this tutorial is to get you to try something different and play around with the paints. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it encourages you to paint and pick up some new colors and new ideas. And if you're liking what I'm doing, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next painting. Have a great day.